Hi there, I'm giving this deep, in-depth thought, of course, because do I look like I can get much sleep under these conditions? It's not ideal. I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to use the word Tesla and Ford again, and I'm not passing judgment or giving opinion on Ford or Tesla. They're both great. I'm just using their names and words as examples to demonstrate the background issues that are going on currently. Now you can imagine someone with internet skills able to hack their way into the background of the internet and make changes, how this might be used, and how some people are using such skill and position. Now I've found myself I've realized that I've become a victim of those skills as well. So here's my example. You can imagine seeing something like, let's just say, a Tesla company, and they're making sales and they're doing well, and you see the money flow going past the screen like this, and then you put yourself in a position of being able to get into the net and swap their title ownership to something else, like let's just say you change Tesla to Ford, and then you change Ford to Tesla. And so therefore, the one that's making the most money, the money flow could be going to the other dude. And so clearly there's a way there of, that's a clear issue in my opinion. So hang on. And then at a moment's notice, if anything looks like it's, getting looked at or noticed, you can quickly swap it back, and no one would be any the wiser, especially if the genuine owner hadn't been, quick or smart enough to actually notice this change. So as you can tell, that's killing it damn serious. And it's only when someone actually spots such a change, like I have, that you sort of start to think about it, and you think, how is this potentially getting used sketchily, apart from the obvious that, so many obvious issues going on with that idea, isn't there? And so this is where stuff is sort of kind of at. And again, I'm only using Tesla and Ford as example, like ownership, legal title names that no one should be changing. If the legal powers, like some kind of judge or something, thought that either of those groups had to have any kind of issue, the owner would be informed. There'd be some kind of, process or something, that, people would be aware of, and it wouldn't be some kind of background sneaky trick going on. And so that's what I'm saying. It's just so deeply upsetting. And when those companies sort of can be in a position of being, liable for that sort of malarkey going on, of course they'd be upset. Imagine if this is why I'm saying, imagine if Tesla found out that, they'd been swapped to Ford, and then the money flow might be going somewhere else. And clearly, if the guy is in a position to be able to, perform such a hackery trickery, that's a clear and present terrifying issue, in my opinion. And so, and when people are at risk of, already at risk of getting thrown in jail from being put in the position of that, attack taking place. And then, like, the global manufacturing sector is under, this kind of attack. It's just so horrible. And so that's why I'm making these little videos about it. So I still want that sorted out, because it's just horrible. And it's really concerning that, let's just, I'm still just using examples, but it's that thing. If there were money flowing to whoever is the biggest, you can just swap it to the other guy's name, and then just wait, say nothing, and then swap it back. No one would, is anybody really going to notice, sort of thing. And it's like, well, you'd hope that someone's going to notice, because you'd have to be pretty, I don't know. Not everyone's going to notice these things, and clearly I've noticed. Um, hmm. Or if that person was like just being malicious, and as the money was flowing past their eyes, they thought, well, um, they can divert it to themselves at that point because clearly they're in there. They've got control of that position. They can be diverting the money flow, and that owner won't know. They just won't know. Okay, that's my opinions. These videos are my opinions, but clearly it's based on some stuff going on. So, I'm really upset, and it's really early, and I just can't sleep worrying about it, because this is like, it's putting people in really scary positions who can be thrown in jail for stuff they had nothing to do with. And it's like the victims of that hacker are, who knows what damages he's up to and causing, and you know and I know that there's stuff going on there. So anyway, all right, there you go. Thank you. Be careful, and I hope that those black suit badge wearing types are, giving it some damn thought. All right, thanks.